This review contains spoilers.
Hi, my name is Stereo Mike.
Yeah, we got 3 tickets to the Brand Van concert.
And we're back.
And we're back. We never left.
And we're back. Back at it again.
No impression, dude?
No, I couldn't think of anything.
Well, honestly, we don't need one because your voice is so sultry, so beautiful right now.
I sound like shit right
deep.
now.
I disagree. I think it's so deep and hoarse. It's kind of
Really?
Yeah, it's sex appeal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sound so good tonight. That's the impression.
You're not
I was
RFK.
gonna do. No.
That's what you should have done.
He should have just become a podcast bro.
Boy, that'd be
like
hard
that.
to listen to, wouldn't it? It's grating.
Anyways, make sure that you drink your own piss. Drink it. It's good for you. You ever watch Man vs. Wild?
Of course.
Yeah, and,
Love that
and
show.
Bear Grylls would
I need
drink
to
his-
drink my own pace to
drink
stay
my
alive.
own pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, a lot of that show is not.
Yeah, I think
you
in
heard that?
retrospect, yeah, like Survivor Man was that same way.
Yeah, like they would film and they'd like be out in the wilderness, quote
Yeah.
unquote, and then like there'd be like a road, like behind them.
There was one episode where I think it was like urban survival, where like if
think I've seen
you're
that one, yeah.
if you're in like an urban setting that's dilapidated or something like that, like this is how you would survive.
Yeah,
that was a weird episode.
yeah.
I think that was when I think the show started maybe losing some people.
They had to like start doing a disclaimer at the beginning. You remember that?
Yeah.
Where it'd be like, not all
Right.
not all these settings are.
Yeah.
This is for entertainment and to show people what to do. in a
What are you,
survival
an
setting.
idiot?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
isn't
basically,
real.
basically. No, Bear Grylls is still a man though. He's
Oh yeah, he's a
awesome.
man. Yeah, and then they started doing what was it,
Celebrity
like,
stuff, right?
Yeah, and then I was gonna say like when Man vs. Wild went away, I think they were like Naked and Afraid. And it's like this show's only for one type of person. There's only one kind of person watching this show.
Have you noticed there's so many like naked things now?
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of Naked in the Wilderness too. Like there's so many
Yeah.
offshoots of Naked and Afraid. My dad wants
Yeah.
to be on Naked and Afraid.
Or, wait, what?
Yeah, it'll come on and he'll be like, I could do that,
I could.
and he'll like joke. I think he's joking, but I think a part of him like means it.
I think it would be really funny.
It would be dude. Can you imagine? and I think like mom will like laugh at him. He'll be like,
That's hilarious, man.
Okay, honey, yeah, sure you will."
That's funny.
But yeah, he'd be like, dude, I'd be with some hot babe out in the middle, in the middle of the Congo.
It's every old man's dream.
Yes. He'd be like, I'll protect you, babe.
Don't
No,
worry.
he'd I don't know if he'd make it, dude.
Don't worry, I
It's a hard
got
time.
you.
Yeah.
I'll take
I love you,
care
Dad,
of
but
you.
man, sometimes it's rough, dude. You're getting up there. Anyway,
Yeah, man. Well, we're back. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, things have been coming together. Musicals coming out.
The musical is musicaling.
Musicals. You opening this
Open
week?
this Friday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
I feel pretty good. But man, this past week has been
Yeah.
it's been a disaster, dude.
Yeah.
Not having to do with like our current crew, our current casting crew,
Right.
but a former casting crew and all that. But
Yeah.
but
You've had some drama.
yeah, there was a
been some
little bit
drama.
of unnecessary drama.
Yeah.
And it put people in a compromised position. And anyways, but
You just love to have that the week before you open.
Yeah.
like that in the back of your mind.
right, and then the car accident and all that. And,
Oh, yeah, you were in a car accident.
Yeah, I was in a car accident, and luckily nobody got hurt and nobody was killed. That was the first thing that went through my head was like, I just killed
Well,
somebody.
nobody died. Oh, that's what you.
That was
That's what
my
went
first-
through your
that
head.
was my first thought. Well, actually,
How
no.
bad was this?
No,
I
my
thought
first
this
thought
was
was
a bumper to
actually.
bumper.
My first thought was, oh, this. I'm dreaming.
Really?
And then my second thought was,
Holy
oh
shit,
no, I'm not.
That is the most Noah thought ever.
Yeah,
It's
and then-
immediately worst case scenario. Like
Yeah.
a little bumper nudge, and you're like,
And then
Oh
my
my
third.
God, I just killed someone.
My third thought was, yeah, oh, I just killed
your
someone.
whole life just flashing.
Yeah.
Jed,
I was like, I'm gonna go to jail, and
Yeah.
you're gonna put me in prison.
I would, dude. I'd come to the prison and do the podcast with you.
You did? Would
I
they?
would for our hour call.
Our hour call?
We'd have to make it.
Yeah.
Your mic, I'd have to set up
We would
the
have
mics, and that
to.
would
We
be
would have to
rough,
make it
dude.
count. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to like have the receiver. Anyway,
Oh man.
I'm glad you're okay though. I'm glad everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Damage was minimal. So.
Yeah. Aside from all that, I'm confident that we'll open well. And,
Good, man. That's great.
Set's all done. Well, it's mostly done.
Cool.
We got our props, And I just need my voice back, and we'll be good. We'll be golden.
Honestly, the voice doesn't come back, dude. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Gruff, dude. This gruff little Mr. Knightley.
How we all doing out there?
Oh, easy, dude.
Are you
The Orestes ain't ready.
a little lonely, dude? We did this thing yesterday where we took lines from the script and we made them. We just changed the way we delivered them, and it made the show dirtier. And so we would say them like a porn star.
I thought this was a family.
This is a no. Listen.
Hold on a second. Unbelievable. No.
We can joke
so
about
unprofessional.
things and make it dirty, but we can,
Yes.
we can't. There's a line.
There were no kids.
No, and so we were. So there was one line where I'm like, just because she doesn't make a display of it doesn't mean that she. Well, not that line, maybe. In the context of the show, you would understand.
you.
But there's a. Now I'm blanking. Damn it, man.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Anyways, it's a fun exercise if you're a theater guy.
Yes.
You like doing
Make
shows.
your show dirty. My
Yeah.
show's already dirty enough, so I don't.
Yeah, it's not hard for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, but it is funny, like in a Regency setting, to kind of
Yeah.
imagine what that would sound like.
It's always good.
Yeah,
What's the movie?
the movie is Yojimbo.
Ooh.
We're going to be talking about Yojimbo today.
What?
Yo,
Hi.
you know that sound?
Do it again?
The yo. That
What's
one?
that from?
I don't know. It's like an old like stock sound or something like that.
Okay. I like it.
A lot of internet culture associates it with like Japanese like culture. Yes.
Yeah.
It's-
I love that. I love that stuff, dude.
yeah. Is it a little racy?
Racy?
Racy? Is that the
Or
right term?
racist.
Racist?
Racy would imply that it's sensual.
Wait, why would
it
they
could
do
be.
that?
What?
Are we going to argue the semantics of a...
No.
Okay.
No. I'm with you.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, is that a little racist?
To do that?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, all right.
Is it
no
racist
expert.
to do a French accent?
I guess not.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways.
If it's racist, please tell us, dude.
Yeah.
Listeners, please tell us if you feel we're being racist.
yeah. If you didn't know...
We can cut that out.
If you didn't know, this movie was released in the year 1961. Another oldie. It was directed by Akira Kurosawa, with a screenplay penned by Kurosawa and Ryuzo Kikushima.
It's gonna be tough.
The film stars Toshirô Mifune, Eijiro Tono, Tatsuya Nakadai, Yoko Tsukasa, Isuzu Yamada, Daisuke Kato, Saizaburo Kawazu, Saizaburo Kawazu, and Takashi Shimura.
Sorry.
Why are you sorry?
No, it's just I didn't know where the I didn't know where the names. Some of the names.
Where some of them begin and end.
A lot of them blended, dude.
All right. Well,
No, you did it. That was pretty good. That was a good job.
yeah, I tried my best.
You better not.
Yeah. This is my second Akira Kurosawa film.
What was this first one?
Throne of Blood.
Okay, this was my first Kurosawa movie, if you can believe it. I've never seen it.
Wow. Okay.
A lot of them are. I've tried to watch them before. They can be pretty long. I've never like started one and not finished it. It's just I've never gotten around to.
Dude,
watching
wait till we get to Seven Samurai.
I can't wait for that. That one's like
It's
2.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's gonna be rough. A lot of them are on HBO Max. If anybody has
Yeah.
HBO Max, check them out.
I think they'll stay there. I don't think
hope
they'll
so.
go anywhere.
Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, dude, Kurosawa, like he's a legend for a
He's the
reason,
man.
dude.
Yeah.
He's inspired so many
I mean, George Lucas.
directors. Spielberg, I think David Lean. Like you think
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
he's inspired a lot of big time directors.
Oh, yeah.
So, good on him.
Oh yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah. So I was looking forward to this one because I want to watch more of his stuff. And I was kind of wondering what the feel of this one would be, because Throne of Blood was, if I remember correctly, it is basically an adaptation of Macbeth, but it's in like a feudal Japan setting. This one, it seemed like it was going to be more smaller scale, and it is. But this one feels like a Western to me, in a lot of ways. just down to the structure of the movie.
You ready for this?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
That like most westerns were inspired by this movie.
That's so funny.
Like Sergio Leone's Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah.
Right. The first Man with No Name trilogy actually basically remade this movie, and they got sued for it.
Oh,
They got sued by Toho Productions.
Wow.
For making Clint Eastwood, and it made Clint Eastwood like a household name, and so like
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the tropes, like the one man, the drifter that comes at Django, the original Django, the Italian Django, is another example of that. Basically, a remake of that.
Okay.
Of just the lone drifter coming into town and raising hell.
Yeah.
It's a great trope, and also like the one man stands alone in the wide frame.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's another Western thing.
Yep.
Like so.
I mean, even down to
Kurosawa-
like the the two factions being down on like either side of the aisle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kurosawa got inspired by westerns to make this movie too. He got inspired by American westerns, stuff like High Noon that had come out, previously. So it's just it's funny how things inspire other things that inspire. It's just it's kind of a never-ending cycle that just it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to talk about the cast just because I don't know all of them, and
I'd like to really the only one I want to talk about is Toshirô Mifune.
Yeah, I think he's in quite a few.
He's in a lot of
Kurosawa stuff. Yeah,
he was a Kurosawa favorite.
Yeah,
I think.
He fits that. He fits that type very well.
There was another. There was another actor from Japan that had become kind of a internet Sesue.
Is this the same guy from Original River Kwai?
No,
not Sesue. Because that was Sesue.
Yeah. I don't think it was him.
Okay.
He was a guy that looked. He was a very good-looking guy.
Okay,
right,
got it.
And he became a big international star. Toshiro also became an international star.
Mm-hmm.
Like these kind of movies, the Kurosawa movies, got bigger in the the West.
Yeah,
but they're two very different. Like the Sesue guy, it kind of became known for playing could be in the Western movies. He kind of played villains.
Okay,
and he was a beautiful looking guy. He was he became almost a sex symbol. Whereas Toshiro,
right.
He was hyper masculine. He's a super macho.
He's very
guy.
good at playing that gruff and tough guy. Yeah.
And so like it was a different audience that he kind of found. I think like a lot of Western women were into Sesue, where most Western guys were into Toshiro. So I love his acting in this. I think he's so good at the non-verbal stuff.
Yeah.
I don't speak Japanese, so I don't. But his delivery. Even it's cool when you watch a foreign movie, you still notice like you can still separate the good from the bad.
Yeah,
I feel in a lot of older movies in general, but in these Japanese movies, there's a lot of theatrical, there's a lot of bombastic stuff, right?
Right.
And Toshiro never really goes theatritrical. He always keeps it very like low key. And
even
it makes him a standout,
right? And even in like his fights, he doesn't go too over the top.
It's very grounded,
yeah.
And that just brings this realism that I think probably helped make him a star like that because people could not relate to him, but they could be like, wow, I want to be like this guy,
right?
This guy that just
this guy's cool,
yeah. And Kurosawa had a thing where he said that Toshiro can do in 3 frames of film what most actors need 10 frames to do. Like in terms of reaction, in terms of giving an emotion without words.
Right.
Like in an expression, he could do that in a very short amount of time. Like he could, so you could see exactly what he was thinking.
Right.
And it's a gift. Like it's not many people have that, and so he had that. And he's great. He would make his Hollywood debut opposite Lee Marvin in a movie called Hell in the Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get too much into that, but the premise is during World War II, an American guy and a Japanese guy get stranded on an island together.
Okay.
And basically they have to they're kind of forced to work together to survive.
Oh, it's Enemy Mine.
Yes. Enemy Mine was a remake of that movie.
Oh, it's an actual like direct remake.
Enemy Mine is the sci-fi one, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
so
remake
funny.
of that movie.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, it's a good. He's a great actor. I love him.
Yeah. He does a great job.
I guess we don't really have to get into the other ones.
No, I mean, everybody in the movie does a great job.
The only other one. Who's the third one down in your cast list?
Tatsuya Nakarai.
He's the guy that plays the gun. The guy with the gun.
Yeah.
The brother with the gun.
Okay.
And he was a Kurosawa regular. He and Toshiro are the standouts for me in this. They were both.
Yeah.
They're also
they're the two big the big tough guys.
And I think they're the most charismatic. And they're also the best looking. They also have all their hair. Have you noticed almost everyone else, the hair is like the feudal.
Right.
It's the hair is cut back, but they're the only guys with like the hairline intact.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that was another reason. But yeah, no, and but he was a Kurosawa regular too. A lot of these guys played in a couple of his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that one guy who plays his brother. He's the goofiest fucking looking guy in the movie.
Oh my god!
He keeps like going around with his teeth like this, and it's like underneath his teeth. It's really funny, and I think that plays into the characters.
Yeah, there's a lot of comedy in this movie, which I think is not. I don't know. To my experience, it's again, this is my first one that I've seen in full, but I don't know. I don't think he was known for being a comedic like. Comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember Throne of Blood being like
Throne of Blood having a lot of fun.
I wasn't gut busting throughout the whole movie. I was.
I mean, there's not a lot of like laugh out loud moments in this, but there's some moments where you're like, oh, okay, this is a nice little comic relief.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, it's kind of hard to talk about a movie like this without talking about just how influential Kurosawa is, and you went into it with like how this movie alone like kind of influenced a lot of the spaghetti westerns and like that era of Western filmmaking. But I mean, a big thing that Kurosawa inspired was, I mean, of course, Star Wars. Yeah, and you can see it a lot in this movie too, with like the wipes and some of the archetypal characters and stuff like that.
If we have the Hidden Fortress on the list. The Hidden Fortress is basically...
I don't know if it's on the list, but it can go on the list.
Because the Hidden Fortress is basically a New Hope.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. I mean, and you see like some character archetypes in this movie that match that. Mainly, I guess you would say that the Drifter in this movie is like Han Solo. But yeah, it's just it's cool to see like where all this stuff comes from, and you can go like, oh,
did we say it somewhere?
No, we can though. A drifter finds himself in a town that is at war with itself. His plan is to take advantage of the situation for his own benefit, but things take a turn for the worse, and he must put his morals first rather than his wants. That's how I read it. Because I think that the drifter, he sees the situation at hand, and he's like, I'm gonna milk this for all it's worth. And then it's not until later that I think he decides to sort of take not a side necessarily, but like the way I view the movie is that there's like three parts to it. So you have like the gamblers at the end, you have the gamblers at the brothel, and then you have like the neutral area, which is like, I feel like the way the set's structured is indicative of like the powers at play. So like I think the bell tower and the restaurant are like the neutral ground, and then the opposite sides of that entire town are like the other two factions.
We're going to talk about how the restaurant is. Yeah, we probably should put some context. So it's a period piece.
Right.
It's set during the end of kind of that feudal. We talked about this in the Bridge over the River Kwai, I think. Yeah. How it had been kind of almost medieval. Like Japan was isolationist, all that stuff. And it was around this time where the movie is set that Western influences started creeping in, hence the gun. Like they didn't have guns back then. That was a Western thing. That was
that's when we were trying to trade with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that it's kind of the start, kind of the ending of one era and into the more modern Japan.
Yeah.
That's kind of where this movie is set. And we keep saying drifter, but he is a drifter, but he's a Ronin.
Right.
He's a samurai without a master.
Yeah.
And yeah, as for his motivations, I wonder. It makes you think if he's trying to, trying to use them. I think in a way he is. I also think I think
you're
right.
Because I think at the start he doesn't really see anything with the town where he's like, this is like he doesn't see a situation where he's like, I have to put myself in the situation.
Right.
And so he's kind of like, I'm gonna see like who, how I can get the most Rio out of this, like the most, like which side is gonna give me the most benefit. And so he's kind of playing games with both of them, to get the best outcome for himself.
It makes you think. I guess I was thinking a little more two-dimensional, that immediately he's like,
it does kind of come across.
Yeah, I mean, because you'd think, because he's an outcast, like
right.
So he could have, he's a Ronin because he could have either disgraced himself and he has to.
Yeah, because we don't know anything about.
We don't know his past. We don't know so
prior to this movie.
Yeah, I think it does make him a more three-dimensional character if you give him that kind of. His motivations are a little muddled in the beginning, but then I think the motivations are always there. It's just they just come to the surface later. In the movie. Yeah. We should talk about the intro real quick, because
I love that the main title stretches across the entire screen. I'm a sucker for any movie that does that. You already get plus 10 points in my book. Yeah.
Boom.
Love it.
Yeah.
But which, by the way, I didn't know what Yojimbo meant and like the literal translation of it until they brought up the word later on in its bodyguard. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. And so what I liked was in the beginning, the camera follows this character. Mm-hmm. He's the man with no name. He calls himself something, but he's basically that Clint Eastwood man with no name type.
Right.
He just wanders around. So it follows his back. Excuse me. And then it gets to he comes to the crossroads, and he literally just flicks a stick.
I loved that moment. Yeah, he flips the stick in the air and drops back down.
I didn't understand what's happening, but then
the direction of where the stick landed is where
he follows the direction, and then it's like it clicks in your head.
Right.
And I love moments like that, especially in a movie where I wouldn't see that. First of all, I wouldn't see that coming. But in a foreign movie, like you're trying to get visual cues. You're like, okay, I need to kind of, because you're probably going to miss some things, in the dialogue. So I love it when like a movie like that, like just throws this at you, and it's I know what's going on.
Right, and I mean, it's the age old adage of like show don't tell, of course. And so when
he's
the movie,
Kurosawa's a master.
Yeah, and when the movie is like showing you like what he's doing, and you're as an audience member, like you should be able to like put it together, like what's happening. And so I appreciate that this is a movie that treats the audience like they're adults, and a lot. I feel like a lot of movies nowadays, they're privy to just telling everything, and not not that every movie that does that is like bad, but I feel like it's more impressive when you just
when they don't dumb it down,
right?
And it's like you can figure it out.
Yeah, there's plenty of superhero movies I love where they exposit from like 6 Ways Till Sunday, but
can we go off real quick here?
Yeah, sure.
I got to see Vertigo in the theaters.
Isn't it
last
great?
week.
Is it
so good? I mean, it was my second time watching it.
Yeah,
but first time in a theater, and being in a theater with other people watching an old movie is pretty cool. I'm not going to go into it. I don't want to go over the movie because that's for another episode.
Day,
But there's a moment in the movie where there's a revelation without any dialogue, nothing. It's all shown, and
you got the great Jimmy Stewart.
Yep,
but
his heart out. It was, and So during the movie, a lot of people have been laughing because some of the effects are a little dated, and some of the that's why I don't like watching older movies like that with other people because they kind of just look down on it. But this was worth it for the price of admit because there's a moment where there's a revelation towards the end of the film, and there's no dialogue, there's no speaking, it's just and literally the whole audience went gasped like literally.
Oh, that's sick. I love that.
And that's the power of Hitchcock there right there. Yeah. But I'm going off on a diatribe. But that's the power of not showing something and having the people kind of come to their own.
It's the trick of the magician's trick.
It's a great payoff.
Yep.
And it's superior filmmaking in my opinion over just kind of.
It's the withholding of information, and then the eventual reveal of something. Yeah,
and that was for that movie. For the visual of throwing a stick up in the air, there's not really a whole lot of like.
No, but it tells you basically everything
this guy
you
has
need to
nowhere to
know.
go.
Yeah.
This guy's just literally his destiny.
It's so simple.
Yes,
and
it's very simple.
it's so effective.
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy is he's wandering. He's going wherever the wind takes him.
Yep.
So I thought that was good, and I love how the action immediately it got right into it. I was expecting there to be a lot of him walking, but
it's like 50 minutes of him just like walking around.
Well, as soon as he like takes the path that fate or whatever you want to call it is chosen, like it's like right into it. Like he immediately gets interrupted by that guy leaving to go join the guy. So you're like immediately thrust into the plot, and that I felt that was great. It's a very well paced movie, I thought, in that regard.
Yeah.
In general, it is.
Yeah, and I love that when he gets into the town, he's like just kind of, he doesn't do anything at first. He's sort of like surveying and seeing like what's up. The shot of the dog holding the hand in his mouth.
That was a really realistic looking hand.
And I did not expect that to happen. And I was like,
another great visual cue.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, this is telling you that.
Yeah,
it's not a good place to be in.
No.
And I love that like he goes to the. He kind of sees for himself like what's going on. He gets threatened by that one group, and then he goes to the restaurant, and which is important. Because this is where he meets the guy who owns the restaurant. He becomes an important character. But then he kind of gets a little bit more detail as to like what the dynamics of the groups within the town, like how that all works together.
That was it's a really good exposition scene.
Yeah.
And it does it because the restaurant is in the center of the town.
Yeah.
And so he literally he shows
he opens the windows up.
Every side he shows has a different story.
Yep.
And I thought that was really good.
I think that's a great
just a way of telling the audience what's happening.
Yep.
Without having to draw it out.
Yeah.
It was just we find out as he does, as the character does. Yeah. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. And then there's not a lot of action in the movie, but when it happens, like Kurosawa, I feel like Throne of Blood wasn't really from what I remember, it's been a few years since I've watched it. But from what I remember, it wasn't very violent, in terms of like the blood and the gore. But in this one, when the violence does happen, sometimes it like there are a couple geysers here and there.
You say what?
But a couple geysers of blood here and there.
It's. It's quick, but that's kind of how violence is. It's like it's like boom, done.
Right.
And I think Kurosawa was trying to make it more realistic. Like he mentioned that he was trying to make it more realistic and more, a little more gory, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I think he came to regret it because, like we said, so many people like were influenced by him.
Right.
So a lot of that violence started, getting.
I think about Kill Bill.
Kill Bill was basically this dial up to 11. But I like the violence in this because it's not, it's not gratuitous. I don't like gratuitous violence.
I think the worst it gets is when he cuts the dude's arm off.
And the hand comes off, which was in
Star Wars. Yep.
I thought that was a nice little touch. But there's no blood in that, and it looked real, but it's just like this quick like boom.
Yeah.
And
I like that moment after that happens. He goes to the guy who makes the caskets, and he's like, all right, go ahead and make 2. Actually, No, make
that
3. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, and then we kind of start to. I'm not going off my notes today because my notes were so scattered, and a lot of it was like, I liked this. This was cool. But you kind of learn that like the town is cursed with death, and that it's kind of a common occurrence. I did like that they are kind of trying to keep up appearances because of the inspector that comes by.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it's a nice little like. It doesn't come back into play really, but I mean, I guess it would technically like post the events of the film. I guess it would happen.
Yeah. For context,
right.
He's trying to get these people to kill each other,
right?
The gangs. And just when they're about to battle, like somebody comes, it's like, hey, the inspector's coming.
Right, yeah.
Everybody.
I love that. By the way, that first fight is so funny because none of them touch each other. They're like,
right.
And they're like,
right.
oh no, he almost got me. Yeah, it's so funny.
It's pretty funny. And so it's gonna be tough to describe this without knowing a lot of the names, but
you could just like say they're like roles, like what like I usually go like the restaurant owner and the casket maker.
Well, that's how we're gonna do it. But so how it happened was one boss cut like the one boss's right hand man cut away and made the other group. Right?
Yeah.
The rival gang. I'm not sure who that one was.
I couldn't tell you either. I think it kind of doesn't matter.
I think anyway. I think I know who it was, but that's not going to help too much. But what I thought was interesting was that the wife of one of the bosses is kind of the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
Did you notice
the
that?
innkeeper's wife?
Or was it a brothel? I think it's a brothel. He's a brothel owner.
Is it?
And the other guy makes sake? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Okay.
So maybe that's how we can distinguish it. One guy has the sake. Is it sake or sake?
I think it's pronounced sake.
Sake,
yeah.
The alcoholic Japanese beverage. And then the brothel owner, I think.
Yeah.
And so the brothel owner's wife is kind of this conniving woman who we see immediately.
I think you're right because there's that one scene where she's like,
we don't
hurting the women into the okay.
So.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think that's what the restaurant owner. I think that's how he says it when he's describing how everything is happening. Is that this over here is the brothel, this is the inn or whatever. So I thought that was interesting. Because I don't really know I don't know that how at that time the women were like. What their place was in Japanese culture?
Yeah,
in the 60s. I mean, in like the 60s Japan.
Oh, in the 60s. Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about feudal Japan really either.
If in feudal Japan, it seems like they were. This is coming from.
We don't
somebody
know.
Who wasn't there.
We don't know,
and just going off of secondhand information. But from what I understand, they were treated as lesser than the men.
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of interesting to see that, like, I expected this woman to kind of be like, because all the other women she's the only woman that has dialogue in the movie, if you think about it. Like,
well, are we counting the one lady who...
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
But she, I was expecting her to kind of be like, the guy was going to be
she's
mad at her.
She's the main woman character in the film that has dialogue. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's a bad guy. But she was immediately like, right off the bat, you're like, wow, this lady has power.
We
like,
need to talk.
Over her husband, basically.
Yeah.
So she's kind of the brains of the operation. I thought that was a nice touch. I thought that was cool.
She was like, we need to talk. And the brothel owner was like, she has a mouth on her, doesn't she? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He kind of covers it like, oh, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Which leads the drifter to go and eavesdrop on their conversation and realize that like they're not going to uphold their end of the bargain.
Yeah.
So.
Are we allowed to call him Toshirô? Can we call him?
Yeah, we can call him that.
The drifter.
The drifter.
He drifts around.
The Ronin.
But yeah.
So after the inspector comes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the gangs have to like call a peace. They have to be like,
Right.
okay, well, we can't do this anymore. We have to
Right.
pretend to like each other.
Yeah.
Which puts throws a wrench in Toshirô the Drifter's plan to separate. And from there, it's a lot of it is just bargaining
Yeah.
from them to try to get him on there, to get Toshirô on one side
Right.
or the other.
Oh yeah, because
They keep trying to bribe him.
keep going to him.
They keep going back
Right.
and forth. And,
Yeah.
and it basically it's just the restaurant where all this action they like
The,
one person
the
will
restaurant,
come-
it becomes the common ground
right.
for the neutral space where
Yeah.
the fights don't really happen. Nothing bad really happens in the restaurant. Not
Right.
necessarily. Towards the end,
Right.
maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just the way things kind of, you think they're going to escalate and then
Right.
back down.
Yep.
And we're like, okay, well, where do we go from here? Where's the conflict? Because
The whole-
there's this underlying.
Yeah, the whole middle part of the movie kind of feels like it's building to something. But nothing really blows up until towards the latter half, or the latter half of the movie. But I I just like how he's constantly scheming to try and get these two to do something to each other, and I don't think it really comes back into play until the brother of the doofus character shows up, the guy with the gun, and he kind of,
I think you're right.
yeah, he's kind of the one that starts to create that spark of conflict again, because he's a wild
That's a really
card.
good way to say it. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a bit of a wild card, because he's like,
He has the gun, and
Right.
he's this new weapon, kind of.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that's a very good point.
and I think they make a point of it in the movie that he's kind of unassuming because he's very good looking, and I guess they would consider like a handsome guy back then and not be like a warrior type. And then
That's a good way to put it.
right, and then he proves that he can fight.
Yeah.
So
He is kind of a pretty boy.
right,
And it's interesting because Toshirô Mifune is not a bad looking dude. Like,
No.
he's a pretty good looking guy. But like, he keeps. And another thing that I thought was interesting was that, do you notice both those guys, the guy with the gun and Toshirô, keep their arms inside the robe?
yeah, that is
Did you
that's
notice
something that I've noticed with other pieces of Japanese media. The main one I thought of, because I kept thinking about it whenever I saw him do that. There's a character in Final Fantasy X that I know.
I haven't played it, so I don't.
There's a character in Final Fantasy X named Auron, and he's like that Ronin type of character. And he doesn't keep both of his arms in there, but he keeps one in there, and it kind of hangs out of his garb. And he has his other hand in the sleeve. So I don't know if that was just like a thing that Ronin would do, or if that was
I wonder if there's like some historical stuff,
'Cause
because they
nobody else-
need to keep their hands.
Right.
Their hands are the most important part of their body, right? Because that's
Right.
the stuff that controls the sword.
dude. Every time he pulled out his gun, it would come out of his
Yeah, it would come out of the side. It would come right
Yeah,
by his neck, and
it's
he'd
so
be like,
funny.
"Ugh." I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if that was specifically something that, because nobody else in the movie does it.
Right.
It's just those two.
And you notice that he scratches himself a lot, like through
Yeah.
his thing. Apparently, Kurosawa kind of told him that he's kind of told Toshirô to kind of act like a dog.
Yeah, he
He's
does a
kinda
lot
this
of
the
a
lone
lot of-
wolf almost.
Right.
But to kind of more, it's more a lone wolf.
He
And
does.
so
He
took
does a
that
lot of
to kinda,
scratching
like
of his
scratch
face.
himself
Yeah.
on a lot of occasions.
It's the first thing he does in the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, I thought that was interesting. And to going on that. So we talk about the influence on the Dollars trilogy of Sergio Leone.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood's character wears what? A poncho that
Oh yeah.
hides his hands
Right.
most of the time, and
Yeah.
not so much in Fistful of Dollars, but in For a Few Dollars More, he only Clint Eastwood only fights with his left hand. His right
Yeah.
hand he keeps under his poncho and only uses it to pop, 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 and then
Yeah.
it's back under the poncho. So I think there's some of that influence too. Like there's like we keep going back to the Western influence.
Right.
This is basically a Western in that regard because the gunfighters, literally in one case, an actual gunfighter,
Yeah.
and then the samurai, the Ronin, who is the gunfighter of his time, they both keep their hands in.
Yeah.
So It's such a cool touch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more about Japanese like feudal history.
Yeah.
I need to get more into that. Like I know the miniseries Shogun.
Yeah.
Right? Did you see that?
I did not see it. I
haven't
know
seen it
that
either.
it was based off of an old TV show.
That's the one I want to watch with Richard. And you know who else is in that?
Who?
Toshirô Mifune.
Oh, okay.
Towards
Yeah.
the end of his,
Well,
that was towards the end of his career.
there we go.
So it was Richard Chamberlain and Toshiro, and they made that miniseries called Shogun. That was a TV miniseries, and it was hugely successful.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the new one either.
The
I've
new
heard
one
good
I hear
things
is
about
very
it.
good.
Yeah.
And I think that another actor, I feel like the actor who kind of fills that role that Toshiro did is Hiroyuki Sanada.
Who's that?
He's been in a ton of stuff. He was in The Last Samurai.
Oh, nice.
And if you saw his face, you'd recognize him.
Okay.
But I feel like he's become that sort of that character actor to fill that archetype.
The symbol of kind of Japan and Western culture.
Yeah.
It's interesting because the same year that this got released, what was released in America was Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, that's
And you know who Mickey Rooney plays a Japanese guy, right? He does yell for you know that?
Yeah.
And like kind of plays this really racist
Yeah.
stereotype. And that's what that was what a lot of America thought Japanese were, right?
Yeah.
And then this movie gets released and the hero is nothing like that.
Right.
It's this guy that's like this lone wolf badass.
Yeah.
So I think this movie had a lot to do with like, you know, like disparaging those stereotypes and being like, wow, these guys can ball.
Yeah.
These guys are
Oh, yeah.
ballers.
These guys are pretty sick.
These guys are pretty sick.
I want to be
dude.
that guy when
These
I grow
guys
up.
are pretty sick. Yep.
Yeah. But I guess we'll kind of go into more of where things start to go awry. I know that he actually kidnaps two of
The guys that killed the guys that assassinated that magistrate in the
Right.
next town over, so
Right.
the inspector can leave
and he gives them to the
other side.
other side. Right.
It's going to be hard to kind of describe what's happening
Yeah.
in this movie.
But he if you know, you know. If you've seen this
you know,
film,
you know.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
You should have seen this film. That's all I'm saying. Like we preface every episode by saying there's spoilers.
You
in this.
guys aren't Kurosawa fans. Stop listening.
Listen. We expect you to watch.
I
these
just
movies.
pretend it's my mom.
Right. Yeah.
In describing this. Mom, if you're listening, God bless you.
Yeah.
I love you.
We love you. But yeah, so that it was that, and then the entrance of I think his name is Yunosuke.
Ooh.
The wild card.
The brother with the gun.
Right. And so that kind of starts to spool things up again. And then the thing that kind of drives everything into the fast lane is when the wife of that one guy is revealed.
The wife of the farmer,
Right.
who's also the gunslinger's mistress,
Right.
gets kidnapped.
Right.
Because their guys have been kidnapped. The two guys that assassinated the
Right.
magistrate have been kidnapped. So they kidnapped the mistress.
Yep.
And there has to be this
trade.
this exchange.
Yeah.
I think you're right. That's when the
Yeah.
fast lane. I like
Right,
that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
when the things really pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the first time that the Toshiro realizes that there's more that's going on that he didn't realize.
You think that's when he becomes kind of like,
Yeah, because
I'm not in this for the money anymore. I'm
and I
in it
think
because-
I think there's a part of him that doesn't like what's happening to her.
Yeah.
And he, that's the thing that's the driving force that puts him over the edge into
Because she's
acting.
basically getting raped by this gunslinger,
Yeah.
while the husband's house is like right there.
Yep.
Where he gets beat up by the doofy looking brother,
Right.
the goofy brother.
Yeah.
Like and I think you're right. That's when if there's like a moral come to Jesus moment in this,
Right.
that's it. Where
Yeah.
he's like, I'm not in this. I think he even says the line. He's like, I hate
that's a cover.
I hate guys like that.
Well, no, I think that's him covering.
What do you mean?
Because see, I think the way that I saw it is that when he says that line, I think he's referring to
the husband. It's
Yes.
like, oh, you're a
Yeah.
cuckold, basically.
Right.
I hate guys like. I think that's true. That crossed my mind too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
But maybe it's a double. Maybe it's a double meaning. Where
Maybe.
yeah. Anyway.
and then he decides to get them out of here. And I love the way that whole scene's executed, where he, he takes the doofus brother with him, and he's like, "Hey, show me like where they're being held up,
kept,
and I'll
yep.
I'll help out." Because he was like, "Oh, 6 guys aren't going to be enough, not to protect them." And then so he goes and tells the doofus brother to go and.
That part is so badass when he's like, they're all dead.
Yeah,
the 6 guys are dead.
Yeah. And then
now I thought what it was going to be was that he had already killed them.
That's what I thought too.
But then when he actually they're still alive, dude. I was like, oh,
yeah, because the doofus brother runs away,
calling a shot,
and then the one of the guards in the house comes out, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And then he, just slices him up, and dude, he kills all of them.
Yeah,
and it's awesome.
Seems great.
And then I love that when he. I love that even when he was trying to save them, he's still like being an asshole, and he's like calling the woman, "Idiot,
you idiots, run,
you get out of here!" And then so he goes back in after he tells him to get out of here, and he gives him his Rio to
That's right,
to them,
the 30
Rio
that he's already been paid,
right?
Yeah,
and then he's like, "Get out of here."
Was Rio gold or was it?
I think it was gold.
I think it was gold
because it's not like
it's the yen now.
Yeah,
back then it was the Rio.
Right.
I wonder when that changed.
I don't know. Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah.
Anyway. But he goes back into the house, and then he's like, "I need to make this look more convincing." So he goes and he just trashes the house, and totally just destroys it.
Yeah.
Which was cool. And then
it's funny because when you've seen Fistful of Dollars, and once you know like what happens in this. When I found out that was a remake, I was like, I saw kind of where it was going.
Right.
Which was kind of funny.
I haven't seen it yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like, yeah. Anyway, like, because the brother with the gun kind of already has his suspicions, right? Immediately, like, he's like, you shouldn't trust this guy. He's in it for the money. He's just gonna da 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 da. And it's when after all that has happened and he goes back to the restaurant, right?
Right.
And I love that scene with the restaurant owner where he's like smiling. He's happy because he finally sees that the Ronin Toshirô is actually a good guy.
He's like, what are you smiling for?
What are you smiling about? It's like, well, I know who you are now.
Yeah.
I know that you're actually a decent human being.
Right. And going back real quick to
the
moment where he destroys the house, because when he comes back out, the way that it's framed when he comes back out, the way it's framed when they show his face after he comes back out of the house.
Oh,
it's
you
like,
think it's the other people?
Yeah, I thought it was going to be.
I thought it was going to be them too.
Right, and then it was the family.
The family again.
And they were bowing and like they were like thanking him, and he's like, "Get the fuck out of here! Like they're gonna come and get you." Yeah. And so I thought that was a really cool moment. But anyway, so yeah, back to him coming back to the restaurant, and then that's the part where the restaurant owner gets the note from
he gets a thank you letter from the guy that he saved,
from the husband,
and
and I love the way that scene's executed.
Yes,
where
me too.
Yunosuke shows up with his brother, and Toshiro's like, "This letter's on the table. I gotta figure out a way to."
And it's cool because you know that the thank you letter's there. You know that there's this incriminating evidence is right there while they're accusing him. So you're like, how is this gonna play into the scene?
Right.
And so, like what you were saying, when he covers it with the bottle.
Yep.
I thought in my head I was like, okay, I think he's good. I think he's okay.
Right. And then the restaurant owner.
And then the restaurant owner, and I thought, okay, they're gonna switch out, and it's gonna be fine.
Right. And then Yunosuke was like, "Nope.
Yeah.
What do you got there?
Yeah.
Show me what's in your pocket."
Yeah. So, yeah, you're right. A wonderfully executed scene of showing, not telling.
Yep.
And then, Clint Eastwood got beat up in Fistful of Dollars. So I was wondering if that was going to happen in this movie.
It does.
But I like the way that they did it in this movie. In Fistful of Dollars, he actually gets his ass, like they show you.
Oh, okay.
In this one, they don't show it at all. He just ends up on the floor. Yeah. And didn't you love the way that like he looks?
Yeah.
And then
he shows you.
I thought his face was okay. I was like, when I first saw it, his face was fine. I was like, oh, I thought
I love
beat him up.
the noise that he makes.
He's like,
when he's like, ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. But I loved it where the face looked good, and then he finally turned all the way, and it, like the other half of his face was just a mess.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, and then that whole last stretch of him having to escape, and then coming back to the restaurant owner, and he's like, "Yeah, I need you to just, I need to get out of here," basically. And so, in between all that of him trying to escape, the factions finally like let loose on each other, and
Well, more of them letting loose on
right,
the
and
other-
it's the
brothel people get
destroyed. Yeah, and so their building's on fire, and they're all coming out one by one, and they're just getting massacred. And
in my head, I was like, I wonder how this is gonna play, like how this is gonna do it. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting one. I guess I wasn't expecting one faction to get like over the other, even though I probably should have thought that. I thought somehow
Right.
he was gonna like fight them all, fight them both, fight them all.
yeah,
But that would have made a whole lot of sense, and I guess it worked. But they kind of do it where like, I don't know if there was a more sympathetic gang. If there was one that you should sympathize with more. They both are kind of pretty nasty.
right.
But I don't know. I felt kind of bad. Like like they're getting destroyed by these, by the other gang.
Right.
And a part of me was like, oh man, that's a bummer.
Yeah, the way they kind of just execute the husband
they
and wife
literally
and the son.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
just killed the whole family. And did they have it coming? Probably.
Yeah, but
It was
it's still cruel.
still a bummer.
Yeah. And there's a bit of humor with the way that he's escaping the town because
That's true. I
yeah.
thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I liked how they framed that, because what they could have done is that they could have easily had, because they have Toshirô see all that. They
Right.
have the drifters see all this happen from his coffin. By the way, what kind of coffin was that? That was you know what I mean? It was like a pot, dude.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I
a
don't
weird
know. It
looking
was
coffin.
weird.
That was not what I was expecting a
Yeah.
coffin to look like in Japan. But anyway, he sees all that happen. So that's all from his perspective, because they easily could have already have taken him to a safe place
Right.
and then just switch back and have
Right.
all that scene going on, and we didn't need to see all that. But I guess he had to see all that.
Yeah.
To happen.
It was like the straw that breaks the camel's back. Well, I think it's part of it.
Maybe. But
Because-
also they were the guys that beat him too.
Right.
So
But
I
I
guess
feel
that
like-
makes him more evil by proxy.
Well,
But
I feel like the real straw that breaks the camel's back is when
well, yeah.
he finds out that
Yeah.
the restaurant owner gets kidnapped
Yeah.
and taken. And that's where he's like, okay, I'm just going to go over there and I'm going to kill everybody. That's it. I've had it. So,
Yeah.
but I love that whole part where he goes over there and he just slashes everybody. And I was trying to figure out how they were going to take care of Yunosuke with the gun, because I was like, well, he's got a gun.
That's what I was thinking.
He's going to shoot you before you could get to him. And they established that just, little thing, if you're paying attention, is that the restaurant owner gives him the sushi knife, or the sashimi knife. I think he says sashimi in the movie. But he gives him the knife, and then that's what he uses to disarm
Literally.
Yunosuke. Yes.
Literally.
And so he throws it at his arm, and he's like, "Oh, my arm!"
Yeah.
And then he slashes him up, and he
Yeah.
kills everybody else.
Can we
I
talk
do.
about that giant? Like that giant Japanese
Yeah,
guy?
dude. Well, what was funny is Riley showed up as soon as it was the scene where we find out that he got beat up, and so he was like tossing Toshirô around, and he was like, "Oh, that dude's got gigantism." I was like, "Yeah, he's like Richard Keel. It's Japanese,
Japanese
Richard Keel."
Richard Keel.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to not talk. I was expecting him
yeah.
to be silent, because he was silent for most of the movie. Then he actually talked. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, wow, this guy's pretty coherent.
Yeah.
Like his voice is deeper for sure. But
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like that moment in the whole final confrontation where like the last guy who's alive is the kid who's like, "Oh, mommy," and then
We know who that was, right?
that was oh, did I miss something?
That was the kid at the beginning.
Oh,
That was the kid.
oh,
that
I did.
leaves his-
I did not put that together.
Yeah, dude. I
Okay.
It didn't really register for me, but that's the kid at the very beginning who is
I was
running
wondering if
from
that
his
was going
dad.
to come back into play.
Yeah.
and I guess it didn't. I
I
didn't
like
realize
how
it.
that. I kind of missed it too, but I like how it kind of came full circle.
Yeah,
And he's like, what is he? He says something to him, right?
he's like, children shouldn't play with swords.
That's right.
Go back to your parents.
Go back to your parents and eat that gruel.
Live a long life and eat your gruel. It was really funny. But
dude, what a badass.
Yeah.
He has a lot of. Did you write it down any badass lines?
I didn't write any lines.
No lines, dude.
Yeah, I just
in that first confrontation with them before he like cuts off those guys' arms, he said some sick stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I think I might be able to remember. Something like it'll hurt.
Yeah,
is the one I remember. Yeah.
We'll kill you. It'll hurt.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. No, he says a lot of great one-liners in this.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically where
that's kind of the movie.
The movie ends. Yeah.
We kind of did that note free almost.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of impressed, honestly.
That was great.
But wait till next episode.
Woo!
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what time we're at? 55.
Really?
55.
Wow.
About the same as last time.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be shorter, but
Yeah.
no, I guess not. We sure know how to draw an episode out.
I know, man.
Woo.
Gotta make the minutes
Make the
last
minutes
longer
count,
than
man.
they probably should.
Yeah. Something about something about like Eastern culture movies. The movies really just kind of end. You notice how abrupt they are?
Mm-hmm.
I love
because he's kind of like he's leaving the town and then it's in credits. Fade to black.
Yeah, which is fine, but
Right.
they're like the Shaw Brothers movies. You know those?
No.
So in Hong Kong, like the kung fu movies of the 70s,
Okay.
they would, dude. I can't really describe it, but like there would be the final fight,
Right.
and literally the last guy would die, and then they would be leaving the fight, and the end would show up. There was very little resolution in a lot of those
Oh,
movies.
that's funny.
It would just be the bad guy dies, and then they're leaving, and then the end.
Yeah, imagine like in Die Hard if like Hans Gruber gets dropped from the tower and then it's like cut to credits.
Yes, yeah.
That's awesome.
I definitely think it's a Western movie thing to have like that resolution, that falling action.
I feel like and I feel like in most storytelling, like there is always like what happens after what's the
That's
aftermath.
what I love. I love those.
And I love finding out stuff like that. I feel like maybe that was like the problem I had with like Predator's ending, where it's like, yeah, like what kind of I kind of wanted to know what happened like with Dutch and
when he comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what did they like detain him or like you mess with extraterrestrial life and like I don't know. But
I tell you what movie I when I first saw it I was like, what? That's the ending? Was Sound of Music. Have you seen that movie?
I have not seen Sound of Music.
Well, okay, never mind.
This is payback.
That's a very abrupt ending. What is it payback for?
This is payback for last week when I was like, have you seen this episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? And you're like, no. I was like, oh, fuck you.
Okay, sorry. We don't have to put Sound of Music on our list. I'm not.
We can.
I'm not a musical guy.
Well, and then why'd you bring it up?
Because I was trying to use an example.
Okay.
I thought everyone's seen Sound of Music. My bad.
Everybody's seen The Wizard of Oz.
Have you?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay, good. All
Yeah,
right.
long
Put
time
that on
ago.
the list.
We're not in Kansas anymore. I guess. Anyways, yeah.
But yeah. It was good. I recommend it.
I recommend it too.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Good movie. It's a good movie.
Good movie. Yeah. If you like,
If you like-
we've been doing a lot of foreign movies, a lot of Japanese movies, really.
If you like swords and people cutting each other up, there's really only like.
But
three-
also drama.
yeah, but also a lot of.
If you
good,
like drama,
a lot of good character moments.
Have
If
we
you
got
like
the
show
movie
don't
for
tell, it's a movie for you.
have we got a director for you?
Have we got the director for you?
Now, for this, I get we can't really choose a movie because we have to.
Well,
We're
why don't
doing a
we?
special?
Why don't we say what we're going to do for next episode, but we can still pick a movie for episode 11, if you would like to do.
Well, we
that.
can just do it at the end of next episode too, right?
We could, but there's a part of me that's curious to know.
I'm curious too. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels wrong. It has to happen yet. Should we just say what we're doing for next episode?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll go ahead and say what we're doing for next
For
episode.
our Big 10.
So for episode 10,
We got to double digits, baby.
we got it. We're making it.
All you haters out there that didn't think it would happen.
All the people out there that thought that we wouldn't be good for nothing. Yes. So for episode 10, we are doing Tron from 1982. We are
Now, what are some reasons why we're doing this?
okay.
This
So
was your idea.
This was my idea. We're not gonna make it in time for me to upload it right when Ares comes out, which is fine. I feel like maybe the hype will still be kicking by the time we release that episode.
That's right. The Neutron Ares is coming out.
Right. So I wanted to
Jump on
align
that
it with
bandwagon.
with Ares coming out, and I also wanted to do Legacy, but I feel like if we do Legacy and Tron right next to each other, it'll just
Right.
feel weird.
Right.
Only for the sake of our show, not necessarily because it would be
Yeah.
unwise, but
Agreed.
we want to keep the integrity of the show intact, where we don't do movies.
We have a lot of integrity.
We have so much integrity.
So much integrity.
But we don't want to have one movie and then the sequel be like super close to each other. We kind of want to space them out, give it enough time. Although I would have loved to have talked about Legacy for like 3 hours and figure out how to edit that down. So
That'll have to be at a different date.
Yeah.
Well, and can we talk? We're gonna have a guest. We get to announce our special guest.
we are going to have a guest. It is Mr.
I call him the Professor.
the Professor. Yeah, he.
I thought I knew movies.
he is a savant.
Dude,
When it
it's
comes to
unreal.
when it comes to
unreal how good this guy is.
obscure movie stuff.
Our good friend. Do we have to say his full name or just his
I think we can say his full name.
Jeff
Our,
Stevens?
yeah, I was
Our
about to say
good
our
friend.
our government names are public knowledge.
True.
So
So are yours, Jeff.
right, yeah, Jeff
Yeah, so I
Stevens.
can't wait to. I
No
can't wait
relation.
Yes, yeah,
by the
he's
way.
not your dad.
He's
Some
not.
people
He's
might-
not a family member. He's
Yes.
but yeah. So we're gonna have him on. I'm wondering how his knowledge of this film stacks against mine. That is something
That'll
I'm
be the
curious
battle
about.
for the
Yeah.
ages.
I know more about this movie than you do.
I'm sure you do. I mean, you're definitely a Tron aficionado. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
that'd be good.
Yeah, and I'm much more now. He might have better knowledge of like the behind the scenes stuff, and I know my fair share and all that. But my nerdy ass is always
My hope is that I contribute nothing.
he's just like
I'm just gonna sit here and be like, I love Tron, but I'm like, wow, it's like watching Aristotle and Socrates go at it,
Oh man,
talking about movies.
yeah, because I'm more of a lore guy when it comes to
You do love lore.
yeah, and I'm always like
Yeah.
like I've been watching the trailers for the new one, and I'm like, how does this fit in?
Oh boy.
How,
Anyway.
how's this
We
gonna
gotta
happen?
save it. We gotta save it for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's probably gonna be a 2-hour one. 2-hour episode.
Yeah,
I'm calling
I
that
mean-
now, dude.
3 people on the last time we had a guest on, it was almost 2
Yeah.
hours. So.
I don't think it'll be as chaotic as that one, but
No, this should be a lot more structured.
because Jeff, we try to behave.
Jeff's
for
an
Jeff.
actual adult.
Well, we behave. Well, no, not saying that Riley isn't, but we behave for Jeff because
we will behave. For
he's
Jeff.
the man.
Yes,
So anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm very excited.
Do we have a sign off? I guess you didn't do an impression.
I
so
didn't
we
do an
can't
impression. Yeah, no, I just I don't know, man.
really- There's no way to. There's no way to end this right.
There's no way to properly end this. I don't know. Behave. Behave yourself. Don't be a jackass.
Stop, dude! Don't give a motor. Peace.
Bye.